Hello and welcome back to thedrinker.co.uk. I'm Pete Turner, and in this series of films we're looking at wines in the summer going into the autumn of 2022. All of the wines come from the major retailers in the UK. Prices that I'll give you are England prices, so some prices may vary in Scotland. And in this little film we're looking at the wines that are available at Lidl. These are my recommendations for seasonal wines. If you go on my website, thedrinker.co.uk, click on the Lidl button, you'll see all of my recommendations from across the whole of their range. None of the wines in any of the films cost more than £10, and with the cost of living crisis on our doorstep, I've tried to even drive those prices down. So I've gone for very low priced wines that I feel still retain some quality. So to start up with, we are going to Marlborough in New Zealand. This is Pinot Noir from Marlborough. This comes in at $6.99 a bottle. It's from their Winemakers selection range. Both of the reds are from that range, and it's a lovely pale looking Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir usually is thin-skinned red grape variety, and the nose of it is really lovely. It's got some really lovely, this is going to sound slightly odd, leather armchair about it. It's beautiful. Beautifully sort of, soft old leather, and underneath that there's some lovely brambly kind of notes. And that sort of savoury character carries on the palate. It would make a first class barbecue wine, and I wouldn't often say that of Pinot Noir, but it's got a lovely smoky charcoal kind of finish to it. Fruit, savouriness, charcoal, lovely wine. It's $6.99. That's an absolute banger. Real cracking wine from Marlborough. So next along, like I say, it's also from their Winemaker selection range. They've all got some nice branding on it. This has got lovely elephants on the front of it because it's from Swartland, which is in South Africa. And this is, this is a Shiraz. And it's completely the other end of the spectrum from the Pinot Noir. This is bold and big and fruity, real forward fruit on the nose. And it's 14.5% alcohol, so it's a bit of a whopper. The first one was 12.5, so this is 14.5% alcohol, and it's forward jammy fruit, real stewed fruit compote, dark black fruits, blackberries, blackcurrants, that kind of number. $5.49 a bottle. That's a lot of wine for the money. $5.49. You can't really do better than that. Again, it's big enough and bold enough to be a really good barbecue wine, because it would work well with, it's sort of robust enough in a good way to work well with those kind of challenging charred meats or seasoned and highly spiced things. It's a really good wine for the money. $5.49. Bargain. Okay, even cheaper still. This is from the Pays d'Oc. This is their Chardonnay, and it's called Chevalier de Fauvert Pays d'Oc Chardonnay. Pays d'Oc, southwestern France. And it is £4.49. And it's got a lovely open lemon peel and stone fruit kind of nose to it. So it smells like, just freshly cut, maybe slightly underripe peaches. And it's big and fresh and lively, and again it's lemon peel and lime peel and peaches and pears, and at $4.49 you could do a lot worse than that. That's a terrific sort of fridge filler, good party wine. That, chill it well, buy lots of it. Super wine. And again, we're going back to New Zealand. So this is, like the first one was from Marlborough in New Zealand, this is also from Marlborough in New Zealand, representing their two great grape varieties in Pinot Noir, and this is a Sauvignon Blanc. It's $5.99. It is their Cimarosa Sauvignon Blanc. So let's have a little snifter, and it's immediately very aromatic on the nose, and it's quite soft, floral white petals, going into grapefruit peel. Just if you were to just rub a grapefruit, there's a word I never thought I'd hear myself say. And it's balanced and big, and the fruit is bursting, and there's lovely acidity. It's dry and fresh and aromatic. And it's got real tropical fruit going on. So there is grapefruit and mango and lychee in there. There's some sort of minerality, like a sucking on a pebble kind of thing that sits in the background. A beautiful wine at $5.99 a bottle. For any of you who like New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, it's not as big and blousy and expressive as some of the Marlborough Sauvignons, but that is a really well-crafted wine for the money. 12.5% in alcohol. Really good stuff. Okay, so next up we have this light and juicy rosé. That's what it's called, light and juicy rosé, and it's from Conde Noble. Don't know who they are, but it's Spanish, and it's quite a pink. You can see it looks like a cherry or strawberry sweetie pink. It's kind of unfashionable. All the pale pink ones are the fashionable ones at the moment, the Provençal ones. But don't be fooled by the look of it. It's quite dark pink because the main grape variety in it is Tempranillo, which is the main grape variety in Rioja. So it's a proper red wine grape. And the nose has got a lovely sort of strawberry element to it. It's quite light. Yeah, it looks like it wants to be sweet, and it isn't. Yeah, it's strawberries and raspberries and almost cream in there. It's got some body. It's got a little bit of tannin in there, which is really lovely because it's quite high in acidity, and it's quite high in fruit, and it's quite high in sort of acidity. Yeah, it's sort of quite well balanced, but it's quite high in everything. The alcohol is 11%, and it comes in at $3.39 a bottle. $3.39. There, hey, get yourself around that. If you can put up with the colour, it's a lovely little rosé. Great stuff. Okay, so last of all, $6.49. It's their Prosecco, Rosé Prosecco, and it's, I think, probably deliberately in a bottle that looks like Kylie Minogue's pink fizz. So it's their Rosé Prosecco, lovely pale pink, really beautiful looking wine. And again, it's got a little touch of raspberry and a little touch of peach on the nose. And it's easy drinking, it's unhurried, it's smooth, it's thoughtful, it's pink, a red currant, raspberry, lovely wine, really well made at $6.49. That's an absolute banger for value there. So how about that? This is my little Lidl selection for the season. I would get yourself down there, buy lots of all this stuff because it's cheap and more than cheerful. I have to say more than cheerful. There's a lot of craft put into these wines. Well bought, well made, and really great value. So there we go. Give us a like, give us a follow. We're on Twitter at Drinkersite. Tell me what you're drinking. All of these wines are listed in the little box below. Give us a thumbs up and have some really good seasonal drinking. Cheers.